All right. I couldn't have timed that much better if I tried. Mm-hmm. If I was my remote, I would be right here. Chrissy. So I started blasting. Anybody else?
I am Blast personified.
True.
Blast what?
Oh, you know, blast him a penis into the car door.
Isn't that just you doing a 15 run?
Yeah. Most days.
True to form, I slammed your penis in my car door.
Oof. Not in the old Mustang.
I mean, I'm not hitting people with it. I gotta do something.
True. Have you considered just doing burnouts and popping curbs?
Considered is a strong word.
I should go slam a strap on in a car door so I can see what all the fuss is about.
I think the fun part of it is like, okay, maybe not fun, like I don't find any enjoyment out of it, but there is a mild hilarity of like smashing a penis or penis analog into things.
Sure.
Sure.
I'm here for it.
Yeah, fuck y'all.
I believe in your ability to smash your various organs into things.
More specifically, the demonetization organ.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't start the recording yet. Yeehaw.
Give it to me.
Don't worry, I'll demonetize this right after you do.
Oni, you look concerned. There's Chrissy.
Ah. Concern.
Hey, I should probably do that thing where I split this off and then turn this back on so we don't have any like weird echoes and shit.
Echo, 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 echo.
And shit, and shit, and shit, and shit, and shit.
Oh, all right. Hey, it's a Monday night. Back at it again. Like a bad case of herpes, and we're back. Is that enough to get demonetized?
You have herpes on your head.
He gave his piece to herpes. Anyway. I think first time in a couple of weeks we've had a full cast. I know life has been crazy for everybody. As I grab a sliding guitar. Got hands faster than, I don't know, pick a name. But let's dive in. Maybe we can wrap this case up finally. I lie to myself. Alright, so we'll do it this way. We'll go in terms of understanding OPSEC from greatest to least. Started off with Lon. Hey, what about those emails?
What about her emails, though?
About the
Let me just do that.
hold on. I gotta swap audio for this one. There we go.
I love that bit, and it only lines up every couple of months.
For me to do this bit again. I stream here sometimes. Atelier Yumio is good, and I make
Yo,
gold
we
and
line dancing in here?
reserve pets.
Maybe?
But just in general, if you're going to plan or probably don't include journalists on your top secret text conversation. Just throwing that out there.
I hate
or
to
if you do include journalists, make it me.
I hate to break it to you, but there are so many much more secure and established connection chains to be having those correspondences with. You know, and the other thing is, but Signal is end-to-end encrypted. Yeah, it also evades fucking FOIA requests, which is, I assume it's illegal, but it's also incredibly highly unfucking ethical.
Well, who needs a FOIA request when you put big name journalists in the conversation?
Jesus fucking Christ.
Silly peasants thinking you deserve to know what we're up to.
You know, I don't fucking.
I think I still have a signal. I'm just saying, you know, hit me up, not Justice Department, Department of Defense.
Justice League, hit me up.
Justice League, hit me up. Hey, with how many superheroes have their day job as being a journalist, which incidentally, how do these people get hired as journalists? But with how many superheroes have their day jobs as a journalist, I'm just saying Justice League should call me.
I'm not saying no. I am saying that Little Sharky is a member of the Justice League of Florida Men.
Yeah, I just want to reiterate for everyone that I'm Batman. Hi y'all, I'm back. I'm old. I know Kung Fu, and now so do you. Let's have some fun.
A big fan of Keanu Reeves in The Matrix, who also knows Kung Fu, it's Oni Hart. You don't remember that scene?
I don't know any of that stuff.
You've never seen The Matrix?
Of course I've seen The Matrix. But, you know, making progress on this here model. And then I got a whole other one to do, so woo!
It's alright, you're just staying busy.
Yeah. I'll be able to go live eventually.
When you go live, you should play Atelier Yumiya so you can stare at her fat butt.
I've been playing that every minute that I haven't been working on my model.
It's so good.
She's got a fucking wagon.
I'm just upset I haven't met my favorite character yet.
Oni, I'm right here. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna guess Nina?
Is that the tan one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chocolate flavored.
She got big boobies.
She got big boobies.
She got tiggle bitties.
Yeah.
Listen, I have a theory
Is
that
it a
everyone,
game
that my theory to world peace is more straight men getting pegged and more booby touches for everyone. And I think it would just be, I really think that would make life better for everybody. Okay, not all at fucking once.
Sure.
Thank you, Sharky.
My booby touches are available at reasonable rates.
Thanks for the
sorry.
memories.
I haven't been able to rig my usual disappointed look into this yet.
It's alright, Oni. I can feel it coming from you like you're my fucking mother.
Isn't that just called resting bitch face, Oni?
That too, but this one was modeled a little bit more resting happy face.
It's
Resting
because of the
white face.
boobies, I'm telling you.
I don't know if they have anything to do with it.
Well, take your time. Don't burn yourself out. Speaking of boobies, Shy, booby report.
Big.
Excellent.
But anyways, hi, I am Shy. I'm a ninja girl who likes to play video games. You can catch me playing Final Fantasy XIV, where I'm trying to do everything, but not tonight because boo, maintenance. Also lots of Stardew Valley and other projects.
Also because boob maintenance.
Boob.
You know what that does to me when you catch me like that.
You set me up for it!
But yeah, any outside of that, you can catch me here Mondays with the voice acting and Wednesdays with Fallout.
You two are adorable.
Last but not least, my favorite tit. It's Chrisseries. Now I have to swap this over again. I hate all of you. Petulant children.
Hi, my name is Chrissy. I lead the raid group Blitz, and I'm stealing Lonnie's
Sweatshirt.
last week of trials of this week, and then Savage. 3.
I have
Also
no
get
idea.
Lonnie Pet.
All right.
His audio setup is a fucking mystery to me, to BH.
Yeah, it worked. It worked though. It worked. I need to adjust. There's stuff to adjust. Anyway, if you're a big fan of bratty, petulant bottoms that I would absolutely pile drive through a fucking plate glass window, feel free to check out these people right here. Except Sharky. Sharky behaves.
You know, you say that, except for you had the chance to pile drive me and didn't. So
yeah, I figured I shouldn't pile drive you at a fucking charity event.
Hey man,
sounds like an excuse. Sorry, go ahead.
Every week that goes by, my muscles have been getting exponentially bigger.
Yeah. Shame none of them are useful. Well, you look really sad. Don't do that.
Hey, yo, what them triceps do?
All right. Let's get back into this shit.
Oh, also, Lonnie, I started trying to play Rorona, but my luck is so shit that the game's been annoying me.
Oh.
When
every craft fails.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So when we last left off, we were looking at Simon Blackwell's mood board. I mean, Matrix.
I know Kung Fu, and now so do you. Alright, MC. Give you my word. Now tell me what you really saw when you opened that door, brah.
Curse you, Phoenix Wright. It was a tragedy, one I'll never forget. When I arrived at the lab, Dr. Sykes was already dead. She was lying on the operating table, with the bloody katana lay on the floor, while the bloody katana lay on the floor. And standing between the two, covered in blood, was Athena. She smiled with a far-off look in her eyes, as she sweetly said,
That's nightmare fuel.
I'm from Danganronpa.
You know, this is why I have
me when I
kids
don't
right
get
here,
any
because
cookies.
I would fucking wake up at like 3 a.m, and this shit would be staring right back at me.
That really
But hey, your
sounds like
porch
more of a
pirate
you
would be
problem.
taken care of.
Yeah, that's why I don't want it to be a me problem, and that's why I permanently prevented it from becoming a me problem.
Grats.
something's wrong with Mom. So I'm taking her apart to fix her.
I wish that were me, for real, for real.
That's what I saw. And now you have it. The truth you so desperately wanted.
No. Prosecutor Blackwell finally tells the truth. And this is what it is? It's beyond devastating, bruh.
Such devastation.
Thank you.
Very good, Gaius.
I tried to take my mother apart? I, I, I. No! No! So it was me. I'm the one who killed my mother.
Athena!
As I said, Wright, the truth isn't always pretty. Murder, disassembly on an operating table, a scientist using her daughter as a guinea pig. Sadly, it appears that my theory was correct after all.
Objection!
It's true that Athena didn't like her mother's research, but you dare cast aspersions on my mentor by claiming Athena was used in such a manner. Dr. Sykes could be awkward with people, but she loved her daughter with all her heart.
She loved me?
Your mother hated to see you suffer because you could hear the voices of people's hearts. She wanted to set you free of your pain, so she worked tirelessly on her research. Do you remember those headphones you hated so much?
Yes, my head hurt every time I wore them.
No, Athena. It's just the opposite. They emitted sound waves to nullify emotional input from the voices of people around you. Your power was much stronger than it is now. And those headphones were what enabled you to carry on with everyday life.
No, that can't be true. Then why would I have done something like that to somebody who loved me so much?
Her love for you was real. That I can guarantee. That's why I knew that what happened had to be some kind of mistake. I couldn't let you be punished for it. So you took the blame yourself. You and your mentor are more alike than you know. Hanko was a witness, so I put it in the case, held Athena close, and vacated the lab. I threw Ponko away in the boarding lounge trash chute.
Yeet.
And I hid the case on the Space Center grounds.
It would seem we now have all the facts of this case.
Hold it!
No, not yet. Can't end like this.
Objection!
Do not disgrace yourself, Mr. Wright. The truth has been revealed. Or are you the type of man to turn your back to things that disagree with you?
I'm not. But this. I can't give up now. I have to say something, anything, even if it's a bluff. I've always managed to pull through that way in the past. Have to make this work. The defense is prepared to present evidence.
Mr. Wright,
Yes, Athena?
it's okay. You can stop now. I don't want you or anyone else to suffer any longer for my sake.
Athena! What are you saying, girl?
I killed my mother. That's the truth.
Hey, kid.
It's just like Prosecutor Edgeworth said. We have to face it, no matter how much it hurts.
Hmm. Hmm.
I admit my guilt. But could I please be granted just one chance to tell everyone what I recall?
Hmm. It appears Miss Sykes is much braver than you, Mr. Wright. What say you, Your Honor? In light of her courage, will the court give Miss Sykes this opportunity to confess?
Very well. Then if you would proceed, please take the stand, Miss Sykes.
Thank you for letting me do this, Prosecutor Edgeworth. And thank you, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Blackquill, for letting the truth be known. Now we can finally move forward, and everyone's suffering can come to an end.
Athena!
Prosecutor Blackwell will be cleared, and the dark age of the law can come to an end. Yes, admit your guilt, and bring everything to its conclusion.
I killed my mother. My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers. Your Honor, please find me guilty.
I dare say, these are all memories that no one but the murderer would have.
I see. Thank you for your confession. I believe this trial has gone on long enough. But before we conclude, does anyone have a counter-argument?
Objection!
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright,
But Mr. Wright, why? I killed her. I remember it now. Any counter argument now is pointless.
Objection!
Don't tell me you've forgotten one of the basic tenets of lawyering.
If the glove don't fit, you must acquit.
Always believe in the client to the bitter end. Athena, you are not a murderer.
Objection!
I said that you never change. But could you have actually regressed in these 8 years?
Yes.
I won't stand for your childish emotionalism getting in the way of the truth.
Emotionalism? Don't lecture me on matters of the heart, Edgeworth. Because I can see straight into a person's soul.
I can see the future.
My dead big titty girlfriend gave you this power.
I did a little research. I looked into those special psych locks you mentioned, Mr. Nick. Athena isn't trying to keep anything from you on purpose. For some reason, part of her heart and her memories are sealed off even from herself.
That almost sounded like a fire alarm going back off on the streamer's side.
It did indeed.
Yerb.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Anyway.
Please note, don't. There's still a chance. Somewhere deep in Athena's heart, there might still be a memory that not even she knows about yet. It might be like looking for a grain of sand somewhere in the cosmos. But still, that memory might contain a new fact that can prove her innocence. For realsies.
I hope for everyone's sake that you are not just bluffing like you usually are, Mr. Wright. Now then, is there or is there not a problem with Miss Sykes' confession?
My memory's still a little hazy, but there's no question I remember it. I remember the weight of the weapon in my hands, and the feeling of it stabbing in deep. And I remember the warmth of her blood as it flowed down the handle onto my fingers.
There's definitely something wrong with her memory of the event. I can just tell.
Is there a problem with her confession? Please prove it to the court now.
Well, Phoenix, do you know what it is?
I'm gonna go with the blade itself because the blood's not on the handle, brah.
Take that!
Excellent.
Isn't that the katana the defendant used to kill the victim, Mr. Wright?
I respectfully and vehemently disagree, Your Honor.
I remember it. I remember holding the weapon and getting blood on my fingers.
That's exactly my point. If blood really did get on your fingers while you're holding it, you were grabbing the blade. But please focus on the handle of this sword. Not a trace of blood, my dude. Therefore, this is clearly a contradiction of the facts.
True.
You're right.
Oh my!
Objection!
Oh my.
But no one noticed this fucking 7 years ago or whatever. All right.
Definitely not.
Job.
The defendant must have simply
you?
confused a portion of her memories. She mentioned it was hazy to begin with, and we can't mull over every minor detail.
Objection!
But she also said, there's no question I remember it. A fact we can't ignore.
In that case, why don't you explain what this contradiction with her memories means?
Gladly. Just give me a minute to think of something. I want to say that Athena didn't stab anyone.
No, generally not. I respect court officials.
But she said it herself that she remembers the feeling of committing the act. Think, Phoenix. Think. Miss Sykes said blood flowed down onto the handle, but the katana's handle is spotless. So, doesn't it follow that the defendant must have used a weapon other than the katana?
What are you up to this time?
Oh, you'll find out. This is it. This time, I found just the thing to end Athena's nightmare for good. The weapon that took Dr. Sykes' life was the katana. That much for sure. So if I can show a possibility that Athena didn't use the katana,
Do you still have your cushy government job?
it could help me prove her innocent.
A different weapon, you say? What weapon would that be exactly?
Right. Of course you would.
Praying for you.
I can see you're floundering, Mr. Wright. Did you speak without thinking again, as always?
Spoken like a true boyfriend. How does he know that? I can't back down. Not here and not now. That's right, I did. Because it's so obvious it
They're
doesn't
seriously
require
still
any
making
thought.
you do that? That's fucking
Got 'em.
embarrassing. What a fucking joke.
What did you say?
Okay, so maybe exaggeration? There has to be something. Was there some other bladed weapon in the robotics lab that day? Maybe there's something in one of those crime scene photos. Wait a minute. There is something. There's a high probability that that was in the lab. I don't have that particular weapon here in evidence right now, but I do have a piece of evidence just like it. Other than the katana, this is another blade that may have been used at the crime scene.
Well, defense attorney Sharky, do you see any other bladed weapons?
Maybe? I haven't seen the second page. I was out last week. Right. So paper cuts, maybe. Plastic cassette tapes are just bashing things.
I mean, I think it might be this. In Monster Hunter, you can sharpen this.
Huh.
You know, Maybe. But there's also a knife covered in blood.
Yeah, I guess we'll do that one. Well, you can always come
That's the
work
murder
in
weapon
the
in the Claytown
civilian sector with
case.
me.
Yes, this is the knife that took Mr. Terran's life. But there must have been a knife just like this at the scene 7 years ago as well. Toolkits containing utility knives like this, one are issued to Space Center employees. Man, my phrasing is off. And a robotics lab especially would naturally have one of these around.
Objection!
But besides the katana, no other bladed weapon was found at the site. It was in the investigation report, if you didn't know.
Objection!
Of course I knew that. Once you just told me right now.
Then there's something else you already knew. There was a toolkit at the scene, but it didn't contain any blades. Here's a photo of its contents.
Oh, damn. I wonder.
Gee, this is so hard to figure out.
You're right. I don't see any kind of bladed tool.
Oh, just a bunch of dull ones.
Fine, but isn't there something odd about the design on these handles?
I'm also wondering why there's an Allen wrench at that angle. That just seems a little fucking peculiar, but whatever, I guess.
Therefore, there was no other bladed weapon in the room.
Objection!
I disagree. This toolkit contained a knife.
And what proof do you have of that?
Don't tell me your eye for art is failing you too, Mr. Edgeworth. You picked out our drapes so well.
You're the last person in the world who should be criticizing my aesthetic sense.
No, he's simply watching out for your ocular health. Please proceed, Mr. Wright.
Notice that the handles of each of these tools has a sort of design on them.
I see that they do, but what's
Yeah, we had a
significance
run that
does
was 40
have?
seconds up, entering the throne room, and then I choked it. Oh well.
It's clear that one of the tools
Mondays
is
are never
missing.
good for speed runs.
If we rearrange the tools into a specific pattern, we might be able to tell which part of the overall design is missing.
Is
Yeah,
that the
I
theory
I
your pitiful
literally
sense of aesthetics
went to
helped
go
you
do
come
the
up
warp
with?
strike and just I got bumped by
Do
some
you
weird
not tell
camera
that those
interactions.
tools were randomized? Edgeworth, just let it go, bro. Just let it go.
Show the court then, if you would. What pattern or design would we see if we were to arrange these tools?
It's gotta be on page 2.
I swear to God, you're dumber than a box of rocks. And what design is this supposed to represent?
A box of rocks, Your Honor. It's on all the Space Center's documents and pamphlets. As you're aware, GAXA is the program that operates the Cosmos Space Center.
brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
I think I see it now, but...
Yes, with just the tools shown in the photo. The red A part of the logo is missing. And this is where the murder weapon from the Terran case comes into play. If we were to place the utility knife into the open slot,
Wow!
it would complete the Gyaxa logo.
So it would. Then that means... What exactly?
Admit it, boyfriend. My aesthetic sense is keener than yours. And while you're at it, admit that the weapon Miss Sykes used could have been this one.
Order in the court.
Miss Sykes confessed to have a memory of stabbing the victim. Admittedly, Miss Sykes most likely did stab something using the utility knife. However, the weapon used to kill Dr. Sykes was the katana. Therefore, the act of stabbing Miss Sykes remembers couldn't be that of Dr. Sykes.
Very well. Let's suppose for a minute that Miss Sykes did use the utility knife. Tell me, how does that change anything?
Come again?
What if the katana was only being used as a decoy to conceal the true murder weapon? What if the real weapon that took the victim's life was the utility knife?
Don't be ridiculous. Or are you changing the premise of your entire argument?
I'm merely offering a hypothetical situation derived from your logic. Miss Sykes could have put blood on the katana to make it look like the murder weapon. And then concealed the knife on her personage until Blackwell carried her away.
That does clear up the contradiction between Miss Sykes' memories and the evidence.
If, in fact, the murder weapon is a utility knife, then fate has dealt you a cruel hand. For you have just proven the knife's existence to the rest of us with your own logic.
Objection!
The prosecution is attempting to lead the court.
Is that the first time they've actually made a substantive objection?
Yes.
I think so, yes.
You're the one attempting to lead the court, Mr. Wright. By forcing us to forget the facts of this case. Need I remind you that there were only 2 people in the lab at the time of the murder. And the defendant herself recalls stabbing someone with her own hands.
No.
It matters not whether the murder weapon was a katana or a utility knife. As long as we know that the victim and the defendant were the only ones there. You cannot escape the fact that it was Athena Sykes who killed her own mother.
I don't believe it. Why? Why does this keep happening? Every time I find a contradiction, it vanishes and the suspicion keeps coming back. It's almost as if...
Now you're finally starting to get it. Your contradictions keep vanishing because the charge is true. And the suspicion keeps coming back to the defendant because that's where it belongs. Phoenix Wright, when will you open your eyes and accept the truth?
I don't want to believe it. It can't be true. But what if?
Mr. Wright, you fought a good fight, and I think you've done all that you can do.
Is giving up really the only option? No. Snap out of it, Phoenix. What's the matter with you, bro? Doubt is bullshit. I can't look back. Forward. To war. No, Your Honor, not yet. It's not over yet.
Right.
I can't lose sight of what's important. I believe in Athena. I will always believe in her to the very end. Defense lawyer never gives up on the client. To pick myself up, grit my teeth, and eat this horse. Make that brain of yours work, Phoenix. I don't find a way, I'll just have to go back and look for one.
Look at my horse is amazing.
Yeah,
Damn
Eris is
right.
pretty nice.
Time to rethink this case thoroughly.
Oh shit, we're going into his brain. Look out.
I concede the fact that Athena must have stabbed someone with the utility knife. This must have been what Ponko witnessed as Athena's hug. But Prosecutor Blackwell didn't see the knife at the scene. This means someone must have removed it from the lab before he arrived. Who could have taken the utility knife from the lab? If I trust in Athena, then I have to conclude there was a third person at the scene.
This is very Danganronpa.
According to Ponko's testimony, Athena and her mother were the only two there. So then, how did this third person manage to escape Ponko's detection? I know. This person must have fooled Ponko's facial recognition feature by covering
Ponko's face. Just throwing a towel over the robot.
Oh my god, it's the bucket over the merchant's head strategy from
Oh,
Skyrim.
yeah, what happened?
I threw a blanket over your head, and you'll never know who it was. Wait a minute. Ponko's a heartbeat detection system too. Even if they covered their face, Ponko would have still detected their presence.
If they covered their heartbeat, be it.
But she wouldn't have been able to tell who they were. Wait, that's it. The culprit could have covered their face and posed as which person to avoid detection?
Dead body.
If the culprit posed as the victim, that would explain why Ponko thought only she and Athena were there. All they had to do was take advantage of Ponko's basic recognition features. The culprit used this in order to pose as the victim. The culprit could have posed as the victim by wearing her jacket with the ID tag on it. But that still leaves the heartbeat detection system. How did the culprit get around that? It wouldn't have worked if Ponko could detect the real Dr. Sykes' heartbeat too. So does that mean Dr. Sykes was already dead? If that's the case, then who did Athena stab?
The real murderer!
That's it. The person Athena stabbed wasn't Dr. Sykes. It was the person who murdered her and then pretended to be her. The real culprit. Ellipses.
Now that Mr. Wright has finally finished thinking, let us bring this to a swift end. Please give us your verdict, Your Honor, so that we can move on to hostage negotiations.
You are absolutely right, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I hereby...
Objection!
You hereby shut your damn mouth, old man. I didn't say I was finished. I only paused. I realized something so shocking, I had to take a break and digest it. But now I know for a fact that Miss Sykes is innocent.
But Ponko saw me. She witnessed the moment of the crime.
Yes, Ponko did witness something. She saw the hug. In other words, the moment you use the utility knife. But the person you stabbed wasn't your mother.
What are you saying, Mr. Wright?
The answer's simple. The person Miss Sykes stabbed was a third person posing as Dr. Sykes.
What?
Objection!
You really expect us to swallow that, Mr. Wright? According to the robot's statements, there was no third person there. Did you really think I wouldn't see through your ludicrous grab for time?
Objection!
After all we've been through, I'm disappointed, Edgy. Don't you know by now that this smile of mine means I have absolute confidence?
You make that pose all the time, regardless of the facts.
Baby, you know it. Clonko's strange malfunction. Clonko's strange malfunction.
Mr. Darren, you look pale. Shall I help you to the sick bay?
Mr. Terran? But that's Apollo you're talking to.
Oh, this hunk of junk here is mistaking Apollo for Clay. Maybe Apollo is in possession by Clay's ghost.
That was another case of mistaken identity caused by a jacket ID tag. All because Clonko couldn't read Apollo's facial features due to that eye patch. Like Mr. Edgeworth said, a mask could nullify the robot's facial recognition. And then all the person would have to do is wear a jacket with the victim's ID tag to pose as her.
Objection!
Of all the ridiculous theories, what good would a silly disguise like that do?
You say that like Teslas aren't crashing into fucking Wile E. Coyote mirrors.
Have you forgotten that the robot also has a heartbeat detection system? If there was a third person at the scene, the robot would have detected them.
I'm sorry, Edgy, but that doesn't count for much, I'm afraid. Because by that time, Dr. Sykes' heart had already stopped beating.
What?
So does that mean?
Yes, Your Honor. The person Miss Sykes stabbed. This third person who is posing as Dr. Sykes.
Gasp!
Is her mother's real killer. I heard that comment.
But that's impossible!
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Is Miss Sykes muted?
Mask?
There we
The
go.
person I stabbed was wearing a mask?
Order in the court. Miss Sykes, did you say something?
A mask? Yes. I remember,
Athena, what is it?
I... remember a man with a mask. How could he... What did he do to my mother? Oh, my head. Ugh.
Miss Sykes, are you alright?
I could use a couple boxes of cookies.
Bailiff, procure
No.
some cookies.
They're doing it by themselves.
All coming back to me.
It's all coming back to me now.
Everything that happened the day my mother was murdered.
They're gone. The black psyche locks finally left. Thanks, Mia. You didn't really stab your mother, did you? It's all right, Athena. Just tell us what you saw that day.
I was drawing a picture. When I was done, I went to show it to my mom. I opened the door, and then... mm,
It's all right. I'm right here. You're safe, Athena.
she was on the floor by the workbench, with the katana sticking out of her. There was a handkerchief over her face, but I know it was her by her clothes. And there was a man there.
Hold it!
Oh man!
Quiet, Your Honor. Go on, Athena.
He tried to attack me. In a panic, I grabbed the knife that was there, and... he dodged it first, so I only got his clothes. But I tried again.
And this time you got him, didn't you?
I did. I remember it clearly now. The knife went into the back of his hand. Then he kicked me and I passed out.
Utility knife updated in the court record.
When I came to, my mom wasn't moving. I had to do something. I had to fix her. I thought... So I asked Panko to move her to the operating table. Something's wrong with Mom, so I'm taking her apart to fix her.
So that's why she said that. Your Honor, as you can see, the defendant has just given us critical new testimony.
What, that PCIe 7 has reached final draft state, even though nothing actually uses PCIe 6?
Ooh.
Yeah.
A man was there before Miss Sykes arrived. A man who covered the victim's face and put on the victim's jacket. This man is the real culprit.
Miss Sykes, do you have any idea on who this man was?
No, I'm afraid I don't.
A few moments ago, Miss Sykes mentioned a mask. Athena, could Jim Carrey have killed your mother? Wait, no, that's not the question. Can you tell us anything else about that?
Yes, the mask. It was my mom's Japanese theater mask. I think it was the one hanging on the wall of the lab.
Your mom was quite the weeb.
Fucking weebs. Weebs are in
Have you met
everything.
me?
Fair point.
Sounds like a check in her corner. Judge?
This mask here hanging on the wall.
It was kinda spooky, that mask. My mom used to tell me that a no mask even has the power to turn an ordinary human being into a phantom.
Phantom?
A phantom of the opera.
It would seem that a new suspect has emerged. And that means all suspicion against Miss Sykes has.
You see, this is precisely why I can't trust the court system. Athena Sykes is the murderer. I won't accept any other verdict.
What?
Miss Blackquill. That's not good.
A new suspect? Where's the proof this person ever existed? Who says it wasn't all just a dream in the little princess's groggy little head?
Oh, that bitch. We don't have any hard evidence of the masked man's existence.
Objection!
Thank you, Mr. Wright. I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done. But I'm fine now, because I can say with certainty that I didn't kill my mother.
Oh, I'm glad you came to that realization now. Good to know.
Athena, I'm so glad for you.
More and more memories are coming back now. So I'd like to say one thing, if I could. Ponko came to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. to recharge. I went to the robotics lab at about 2 p.m. for my regular recharge.
Yeah, that's what Athena just said.
Just as I was about to charge up, Athena came in and hugged Mommy Metis. And then Mommy Metis fell down. After that, I was recharging, so I don't know anything.
I see where you're going with this. If Mommy Metis was really the killer in disguise.
Right. Then he must have come to the robotics lab before 2 p.m.
Do I have anything here in the evidence?
Sure do.
That can help me find this person who came to the lab before 2 p.m.
Take that!
This is Prosecutor Blackwell leaving the scene of the incident around like 3 p.m. What I'm wondering is, does this video show anyone else passing by before then?
I don't see anything in the investigations report. It looks like they didn't check.
Well,
Yeah, 'cause
Oh.
why would you?
Really? They wouldn't think to check.
just as I thought. If we rewind the footage and get back to around 2 p.m., we should be able to see the true culprit leaving the scene.
Very well then, let's take a look.
There. Please stop it right there. It's just like you said. There's a
It's
man.
just
leaving
like
the
you
scene of the
said.
crime.
There's a man leaving the scene of the crime.
I completely missed whose line that was. I'm sorry. Miss Sykes, do you remember this person?
That's him. I'm sure of it. He's wearing my mother's jacket. I did, but what I really wanted to see was her jacket.
That jacket on display was Dr. Sykes? Psych?
Can you see it? There's a slash I made with the utility knife that day. And I'm sure that knife is under that jacket somewhere.
So then, everything Miss Sykes said.
Exactly. Proves Miss Sykes' memory was correct.
Wow!
After we broke the locks. Dr. Sykes' killer arrived at the robotics lab before 2 p.m. He killed her and hid her face with a handkerchief. Then disguised himself with Dr. Sykes' mask and jacket that were in the lab. The culprit probably knew beforehand Ponko charged up at 2 p.m. every day.
So he waited for Panko to come to the lab for her regular recharge.
By leaving Dr. Sykes' jacket on, the culprit tricked Ponko into thinking he was Dr. Sykes, thereby making it look like she was alive up to the point in time, all to disguise the real time of death.
Objection!
It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that it's just not possible.
What? Why not? The victim's jacket is clearly visible right there in the video.
And that right there is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond doubt that it belonged to the victim. If the person who left the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket, then how could it possibly have wound up back at the crime scene?
What's going on? That's weird, dude. Edgeworth's right. If the culprit was wearing the jacket, how did it get back to the lab? The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get the jacket back to the crime scene. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later and planted it there.
Duh.
Contradiction resolved.
Objection!
Conflict resolved.
Except that it would have been impossible.
Modulating phase.
Conflict resolved is still my favorite euphemism for you murdered everything in sight.
It's here too.
The only people who came to the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackwell and the people who reported the body.
Oh.
And they claimed that the jacket was there when they arrived.
Whoa, wow, isn't that fucking convenient?
So, when do you propose this mysterious man of yours had a chance to return the jacket?
A puzzling question indeed.
Are you serious?
When did the culprit have the chance to bring the jacket back?
The fucking body was found, duh.
The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found.
Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument?
I do. Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body. The culprit could have taken advantage of that split second to plant the jacket. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body.
I would never have thought of that.
Thank you, Judge.
Order in the court. What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the HAT-1 launch. One of those people had a special bag to transport the capsule in.
Oh, you mean the shock-resistant bag?
Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in that bag, it could have been returned to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing. I'll see to it that you get the report on those 3 people.
You will?
We should also check the facial recognition database for that robot. If this person felt the need to hide his face with the theater mask, it might mean that his facial data was once registered.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, does that mean?
I have to admit, I believe Miss Sykes' memory to be credible. You win, Wright. Not that this was ever an official trial anyway.
Damn, Edgeworth. All these flavors and you out here choosing to be salty.
It's quite nice.
It's usually more savory.
Do my ears deceive me? Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you actually conceding?
Is it true, boss? Does this mean I'm...
Nah, you're fucking going to jail.
I can't believe it. It's over. I won. I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent. Your Honor, I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Objection!
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial?
That's right. I'm the one that's supposed to say I see no need to further prolong.
Not you either, Your Honor. Now, silence.
I see no need to further prolong this trial. So we'll finish it next week. Ah! See, I'm the one in control. I am the captain. I am the streamer now.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
I am the streamer now. I am the streamer, man.
I am the catboy now.
You don't want to be the cat boy, I fucking promise you that. Unless you feel like dragging out garbage, feeding stray cats, doing some dishes, and then going to bed.
Meow.
Yeah, now. I'm dragging.
Can I do just one of those things?
You do recall that I did not say masturbating, right?
I was including that in going to bed.
Oh, see, those are two separate things. Would you like to rescind your offer?
Yeah, okay. I'll rescind my offer.
Okay, that's what I thought. I hate it here. Oni, I can't believe you'd let this once again devolve into a fucking wretched hive of scum and villainy. Unbelievable.
We're so disappointed in you, Oni.
I'm not.
I'm not. Oni's a good bean.
About it?
Speaking of beans, fellow gardening and husbandry enthusiast, the Florida man himself, Lil Sharky, at the YouTube link. But I can't do it because Twitch is b-holes.
This is fine. I'm sure I haven't copied anything. I haven't copied anything since the start of the stream. We in here. Hey folks, thanks for hanging around. It's been a lot of fun. I hope you know Kung Fu as well as I do now. Be kind to all your loved ones and let them know how you feel, because trials don't last forever. And also, trials don't last forever. So there you go.
True. Now assigned bedtime routine, it's Shy.
Wait, bedtime routine?
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's kind of true that I don't know what to do with myself tonight because 14 is still on maintenance until 7. Oh, it's only 6.5 hours. Who am I kidding?
Go the fuck to sleep.
No. Suggest she stay up, Lon. If she's gonna be a brat about it, you're just encouraging the behavior further.
That's fair.
Yeah, go ahead.
Stay up until 7 a.m.
Yeah, go ahead. Stay up. You'll feel totally fine. Yeah, your body can sustain
Great
that.
day tomorrow.
Yeah, you'll be all right. It'll be totally fine. You'll still be productive.
I'm definitely waking you up at noon either way.
This week, Samuel L. Jackson's role is played by Ara Blackquill.
Go the fuck to sleep.
I mean,
Well, okay. Oh boy. Well, I just want to say thank you for having us here. It's always a great time to come in on Monday nights and do all this stuff. I'm looking forward to next Monday and hopefully Wednesday, if everything lines up, which it should.
Should do. Excellent. The next person I'm telling to go the fuck to sleep is Oni.
I do what I want,
Yeah?
and I want to go to sleep.
Well then, I'm not fucking stopping you. You're an adult. You can make fucking intelligent decisions. I fucking am very proud of you for deciding to be a responsible adult and going to bed.
Hey, Oni, did you know that you can still fuck with a stream layout if you just leave voice chat?
Did you know that the first thing Oni says immediately after stream cuts is always, "Yeah, I'm going to bed."
Sure.
You can set your watch to it.
Just because you said that, I'm gonna say something different.
Why don't
believe
you
in you,
tell
buddy.
tell the fans where they can find you?
There's the link right there. Right there.
Well, tell them more than that. Oh my God, do I have to teach you all how to do this?
I'm on there's Twitter too, yeah. Oni Heart VT, ha ha ha, yeah. Eventually I'll stream again because I'm getting close to where this model is stream ready, and I updated OBS for like the first time in a billion years and tried to reset up my shit, so I'm ready. I just need to be ready.
As you
That
should.
made more sense in my head.
I have faith in you. If you have questions, just ask Penn or Chrissy or myself or whatever.
Yeah.
I love you. Say it back.
It back.
No.
Speaking of people that, well, something, way too many brats, not enough time. It's Lonnie Ikea.
That is so true. You have no idea.
I do. It's
just, I have all of the brats, all of them.
I feel like a fucking early 2000s teen girl. I have so many fucking brats. Anyway.
Yeah. Hi, I am Lonnie Ikea. I allegedly stream. You know what? I keep thinking I need to do this before I come back. I need to do this before I come back, and at this point, I have no idea when that'll all be done. So, you know, in the meantime, enjoy Atelier Yumiya. It's very good.
Mm-hmm. Performance patch is coming for those suffering, but like for some reason I feel like the fact that it's been multiple games from multiple studios, multiple play styles, I think there's something weird that going on with
Yeah, it's called UE5.
I honestly have to agree. Even if it's not like the basis, I feel like some of the coding languages and how it interacts with previous generation cards is just causing for fuckery.
That sounds very reasonable and believable to me. But yeah, that's me. I'm tired. Shadow.
Hi, tired. I'm dad.
Shadow of the Road has an open alpha coming this week, so that's also a thing to look at. Alright, that's what I got. Be good to each other, and remember that one of the greatest things about living under this time of evil is that it's also an unprecedented time of incompetence. Evil would be so much scarier if it knew what the fuck it was doing.
You definitely have a point.
That's not inaccurate.
It's accurate. But is it precise?
It's technically correct, the best kind of correct.
Speaking of precision, it's Chrisseries.
True. Show me that hole, big boy. Can I show your hole on
I
stream?
already showed you my hole.
Can I show your hole on stream?
No, because I don't know if that thing has any markings on it.
Yeah, true. I wouldn't want to. I mean,
Please
I
don't
know it's your
accidentally
hole,
dox
but
me.
like I assume you want like plausible deniability about your hole if I show it on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, only certain people have seen my hole. You and Sharky, namely.
Yeah.
And really, if you don't know what kind of markings your hole has, you might want to consult a doctor. Just saying.
I mean, if there's definitely abnormalities,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Well, I mean, you should have a oh gosh, what's it called? Colonoscopy. Once you get to about our age, right?
Please
Yeah.
release me.
But, well, first off, I'm at that age. You're not. Second off, I think you're looking for a botanist, not a proctologist.
Save me.
Oni, I called the proctologist. They found your head.
I don't want to be awake anymore.
All right, Chrissy, give him the wrap up.
I'm Chris, the Wright group list in Final Fantasy 14. Looks like we're gonna be going in the tier without a full group, but that'll be fine. We'll make it work and make it happen, just like we always do.
Excellent.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I can bully Kyo into playing.
No, you cannot. For any less than
Diablo
20
clones with me.
I'm not playing 14.
No.
No, we wouldn't do that to you.
You should. I could
was
really
thinking
use the
last
money.
epic, which I think is something we had talked about.
I'll figure it out. All right, I gotta get to garbage. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I did not do it. However, you can join us in Discord. There's the YouTube. I already put something up for you all. Check out my wife's Etsy and website. And if you want to support the Catboy, don't forget we have a cooking stream this Saturday. Get your extra cooking votes in. If you haven't, let's go say hi to a friend. We're going to go say hi to Mia. She's doing some hunts. Y'all should enjoy it. And I will see you all on Wednesday.
But
We did it. That was great. Anyway, go do that into Mia's ear.